You've already mentioned several times, but we have to think what's at stake here. It's a spot at the playoffs. The 2-0 victory would ease up the pressure a lot on their side.
It would, yeah. They're still in the running. So, who I'm going to call... Hey, now that's just easy points there, Cube. Who I'm going to watch is, in fact, Cube. With these arrows, he has been absolutely immaculate with this in previous games, and X's Vampire blocked his shot this time.
Yep,
and
interesting
Spartan
4
is in a
versus
little bit deep.
Interesting 4 versus 3 fight here as well. Yol does have a shield now. Dream comes in as well, so Spartan very low. Dream is trying to go around the river, maybe 7 seconds for Shukuchi. X's Vampire already goes down for focus, so Morphling gets his first blood, and we're not even half minute into the game yet. We're still in pre-game time.
Well, hey, means you can't miss it. Keep Panda Tours.
Exactly, I didn't miss it.
Interesting that I introduced Cube as the arrow-hitting man, and then promptly we get this Witch Doctor sacrificing himself so that the arrow may not hit at all. He knows. He knows.
But then again...
Top lane, Skylark getting hated on big time.
One thing about that last play, they could have definitely let the arrow connect. Let the Abaddon just purge it away. Unless he was going to be the target of it. But then again, I mean... Maybe not the best to stay two-phased about that. Blizzy.
Maybe not.
Double Sage Mask. So we have the standard Necro build here. And just denying 2 of the creeps right away. So 1 melee and 1 ranged. That lane will slowly start sliding in. What I prefer, personally, when I'm playing an offlane Enigma, is I would block the easy camp with either a sentry or an obs. Just to make sure that that lane stays completely in Enigma's control. So there's no pulling capability. If they pull the hard camp, you can try and contest it with the Eidolons, and you can also snatch some XP for yourself if you're close enough. Mid lane, and Taki, 50 HP, he does have a Fairy Fire using his Q, a bit of damage onto Dream. Dream trying to get the kill with Shukuchi, and Taki doesn't have himself a right click available there, so Dream will be able to get out. The salve will be used up by the Razor.
Dream doesn't have a salve of his own.
Yeah, he doesn't, he's just sitting on tangos right now.
And yeah, they do put the Weaver mid now, by the way. And this is exactly the scenario that I'm, well, let's say cautious of, is that this Weaver is going to do well if he avoids the man fight.
Yol wants to keep those stacks up and running. Doesn't get them all. Void Spirit will survive. Pops his salve. That's Spartan chasing X's Vampire. This is giving Blizzy some time to farm up. He's got this wave, this lane tranquility perfectly right in front of the tier 1 tower of the dire side of the map. So he's feeling really good right now. There's a courier coming in, and X's Vampire eat the tango, hit the courier just like that. Focus, this courier will die. He did get the items off it though, but a bit of money going in favor of Radiant. Bubble up on the Witch Doctor. Very heavy right click from Focus, and Focus will get the kill as well.
Yep. And all of these denies by the Enigma, by the way, are also the reason that Cube is not staying in that bot lane. He was lingering around to see if he could maybe get an arrow off, but the truth is that the wave is always going to be so far back.
Is he gonna do it? Does he have the Shukuchi for it? Ooh, 45 HP, 50 HP. Who's gonna get it? Cube comes in, and Tucky survives with a shred of HP. He soaked away almost all of Weaver's right-click damage, and it was turning into a very scary point. I was like, all right, you have Shukuchi. Does it have enough damage? No, it doesn't. Very close to getting a kill. Meanwhile, in the top lane, as the support rotated, that means Skylark is all alone, silenced up by Yol. But the right-click damage isn't enough. An arrow will connect onto the Abaddon as well, so keep getting a few free hits in. GPK does have his abilities of cooldown now, but no need to use them there.
I must commend Dream for his ability to run into the Razor and avoid dying to the plasma field there. Everyone knows this, and everyone reflexively still runs outward when the ring has already passed them instead of inward. And that little touch there is like, alright, he knew what he was doing. He just, you know, damage not in his favor.
And they're lining up on Exus Vampire again. A lot of damage coming in. I don't know why he has started off with Maledict. He has no saving capability, no casks. And what's your damage up with Blizzy? He will fall. Blizzy will get the right click onto
but Exus
Spartan.
Vampire doesn't get the experience, and now he's still level 1.
Yep.
Painful.
This is... I honestly still don't understand this lane. This, like, at least complete honesty from me, I don't know how this works. Especially since you don't have casks level 1. There's no way to save yourself from the SD bubble. Can't even throw the casks to slow them down a bit.
Well, it's here now. I just think he didn't expect it to take until literally 4 minutes 30.
Not sure if there was something to do with the Maledict when they were fighting at the pre-game before the bounties spawned. They tried to use it there and force them to level it up, because that would definitely been a mistake. Focus has the waveform away, and once again, Exus Vampire just getting punished and bullied by Spartan. And this is exactly what you do. You just cast him up after the bubble ends, make your escape.
Yep, and you'd have to be extremely unlucky for Spartan to not catch any of the bounces there.
He will secure the bounty runes 3-1 for family team, as well as the Spartan was able to put up the pressure. Takes away the invis as well from Dream. Doesn't break the clarity as well, so he'll keep his regen up, walking back to bottom. Top, we haven't really looked at that much. GPK 27 and 6 on the Ember Spirit, doing a pretty good job here. Void also has a neat amount of XP. Last hit's 24, 25 at the moment. He's gonna hit level 6 soon. Have his escape mechanism.
And I just want to note that even though Dream looks like he is pretty much equal in the mid lane, if you look at the net worth, you can see that that's not true. He's been spending a lot more on regen than the Razor has. Just the innate tankiness of the Razor doing its job there. And that means that Dream only now finished up a bottle, couldn't take any of those runes previously, and Taki is level 6 and moves into some extra jungle farm.
Yep.
This is not the start you want for a Weaver. Maybe you can make something happen by rotating with this Max Sakuchi, but it's going to be a tough one.
Blizzy is halfway to level 6. If they're lucky, now that they have the Maledict, if he hits level 6, well, Yol is now here, so they will get even less XP for the Enigma. Means that if you black hole the Morphling in time before he hits his strength gain, he is a killable target. And Spartan will be Maledicted by Exus Vampire. They're coming in through the trees. Yol is going to be leading the charge. Bubbled up right away, so a bit of distance gained.
Something that I didn't mention yet is that Abaddon hates playing against Shadow Demon. You see, he got bubbled up, he hits himself twice, he is nearly silenced. It's not going to get better throughout the game. This is one of the reasons why this Abaddon could only ever be a +5, now that I think about it more.
True. Have you ever played the Abaddon Manta build? It's a very cheeky one.
I have not, because I'm a +5.
There's an arrow connecting onto Yol, dropping really low here. Focus getting the kill for himself, and he claims the bounty as well. So the whistling in the background. Successful Focus. Has enough points in his strength gain. So Blizzy not able to secure a kill. Level 6 Enigma, 3 points in Eidolons, 2 points in Malefice. Still holding on to either Midnight Pulse or Black Hole. You don't need a 3rd point in Malefice at this time. Dream will find Cube. Cube taking a lot of damage. Very mobile on this Mirana, though. There's the Crab Orchestra. One hit away. Not going to be enough. He does get lined up and just baited in by Cube. Focus. Maledicted up in the bot lane. But Malediction won't do much against this Morphling.
He's already at such a good lane. That said, he can't go up and personal with Blizzy anymore, because once he loses his mana, it's done with the Morphin.
Yep. It's Morphin time.
In, though. Blizzy.
Blizzy very alone here. Not any help here. And Exus Vampire's dead as well. Yeah, there's not much to talk about that. That's, I mean, I've been waiting for this to happen for quite some time, that they're just going to keep wiping these two.
No respect for Blizzy blocking the arrow with his Necro Creep there. It's why Cube's dying right now.
Pretty much. Still It's a kill for Dream, that's alright, but Morphling is getting way too much out of this lane. So even if they block the arrows and leave one hero kill here for Gambit, this bottom lane is a disaster. It's a complete debacle, and they're so far behind. Enigma is so farm dependent. He is getting levels. He does have his Necro books, so that's probably going to help him out a bit. But the main thing is that you want to slow down this Morphling. Morphling is second in net worth, tied with the Razor. Arrow, perfectly connected on the Abaddon. All stunned up for quite a long time. Focus, throwing in some right clicks, dodges the stun, not the stun, the bubble damage as well. So not even close to dying. Cube will be credited with the kill. And Taki in the mid lane. Exis Vampire waiting on the other side of the river. There's the leash coming in. He needs to try and break that, but no way they can go back into this. Cube is also in the mid lane. Almost level 6 on the Mirana.
Yep, and once that Moonlight's Shadow comes out, it's going to be so hard for Gambit to keep the Mirana from invading their terrain. And Skylark's also level 7 now. He is ready to burst some folks.
Yep, straight up axe build. Cheeky, but I love it. Hasn't even finished the boots. Who needs to worry about that? And Dream. I don't know what's happening with Gambit right now. This is... honestly, I'm starting to smell some tilt in the air.
Well, it depends a little bit on
mental
which player
damage
you're talking about. Mental damage, yes. Mental damage is when someone else when you specifically do it to someone. This is just frustration. But Blizzy and Exis Vampire did take the bottom outpost in a little sneaky move, and that does mean that the Radiant got no experience for that round. So it's not all bad.
It's not all bad. Only a 1k advantage in XP so far for Family Team. Not a huge one, but now trying to put some pressure on Spartan here. And Enigma has skipped his Black Hole entirely, and now he's in trouble. Arrowed up, takes a lot of damage from Cube here, and Taki gonna suck out the damage from this Enigma. So Spartan might even live through this. Yol trying to dive him under the tower, not gonna happen. Double kill for Taki. And Gambit are just in crown. They are in shambles right now. Dream is coming in as well. Looking for a courier kill. Inside the trees, though. Won't find it. They're still sitting under this tower. If they get the bubble... Oh, okay. We're on alt. Not sure if they saw that one. This Vampire is in the trees. They might have been seen by this ward right here. But now Dream, they see him right there. So Spartan Bubble. Arrow coming in from Cube. We've seen this before, and it's going to happen once again. They take him out. Exis Vampire's around as well, and they will actually let him go away as he hides inside the trees. Won't be able to kill that one, but it's already 13-3, 11 minutes in. And Gambit are in weak shape. GPK will be killed by a Morphling turning into an Ember Spirit. Exis Vampire also in big trouble here. He does get shielded up, and now got to be careful not to get silenced up because Yol is hitting him. Arrow coming in, but it's going to hit the creep. Exis Vampire will fall. Double kill for him. The courier will die as well. Yol will fall as well. And Family Team are punishing for every single move Gambit are making right now. This is so one-sided, Kips.
I'm flabbergasted. I was thinking, alright, GPK is just, you know, getting his core items up before doing anything. He is making decent progress on a Desolator. Playing it like a true safe laner, but that's... I don't even know how he gets into that scuffle with Focus right there. That's just not supposed to happen.
Yep.
At all.
I mean, this is looking like a matchmaking game where your enemy has an Immortal player and the other one's highest is like Ancient 5. There's one guy, that's the Ember Spirit, GPK, trying to work out his best, farm out where he can, but the rest are just dying around.
Oh man, someone get Gambit to the burn hospital.
Yeah, it's just not looking too good for them. So Spartan got his ulti available, doesn't need to use it. The bubble is going to be there. They're going to just chase onto Yol. No ultimate on the Abaddon. The support will be killed here. So Spartan gets the kill as well. Exis Vampire walking into lane. A level 10 Morphling approaching a level 4 Witch Doctor. What you gonna do? And there we go. Focus picks up the kill. Blizzy inside the trees as well will be seen, so they have the vision for it. GPK right behind him, though. The Necro units will soak up the Soul Catcher, so he will keep his HP intact. Dream is coming in as well. Now, an opportunity for Gambit because Abaddon is alive. TPing in. They catch anyone is the question. Focus is running away from Dream, and here comes the Ember Spirit. Focus is going to need some help. And they've used the Searing Chains. They have the Morphling. He will use his Ghost Scepter, moving into the trees, and Waveform TP home. Family team are not giving them anything.
That's such an anticlimax.
Yeah.
They're hoping to get one thing, just the one thing. It's only a single Morphling. He just waves into the trees.
It's all they want, and it's
outplay.
nothing that they get. Dream finds Cube,
Yeah.
but SA Spartan's around. But at least some light at the end of the tunnel. And that is not Dream dying. That is the bottom tier 1 tower getting focused here and pushed out. So they'll get a bit of money from that. They need Abaddon with level 6. They have a black hole
are they
available
gonna
on
get
Blizzy.
it?
But
Are
the
they?
TP are coming in, so they might not even get it. And half of the HP already lost on the Abaddon, with Taki using just 1 plasma field. Giving up the chase on the Abaddon. Here comes Cube onto the back line. They've also got the Ember Spirit still trying to juke out under the trees. And this is exactly who they want to find. They want to take him down. Yol will fall as well. GPK. There's not much you can do. And it's a double kill for Skylark.
No defensive remnants. And
Tips
Yol
are coming in.
still doesn't have his level 6.
This is, you know, with all the tips coming in, you already know what's happening here. They are all struggling. There's no map control going to be available in just a few more minutes. Gambit have to try. It's a slaughter, but Gambit are still trying to hold on to a shred of hope here. And it's either getting one big item here for either of their cores and maybe try and take a team fight after that. If they cannot win it, it's over. I think that's the move that they want to do. They can't keep on dodging forever. Family team's gonna be taking more and more objectives at this pace, so they have to take a 5-on-5. Once they've finished the next item, there's like... The Desolator could be one thing for the Ember Spirit, and that could allow the Weaver to do some damage here. But once again, one hero found. Blizzy trying to close the gap. Dream. So Spartan could be definitely a kill here. He is still staying alive. How is he still alive? Oh no. Oh, it burns. It burns. GPK. Witch Doctor in trouble. Exus Vampire trying to get away from Skylark. Yol has his ulti. Will pop, but Exus Vampire is down. 4 versus 4. Still some chances for Gambit here. It will keep Yol alive for now. Popped up a salve. Regen up. An arrow will not connect from Cube. And there's a DD on this Morphling, which makes it even harder to take this fight for Gambit.
He's flying his E-Blade in. Look at that. Morph has an E-Blade before the Ember Spirit finishes even a single item, just his Desolator. And if Gambit weren't dropping like flies before, they're certainly going to now.
Abaddon, no ultimate available, arrowed up, and Taki, maximum damage from the plasma field, just evaporates him. But the Spartan will go down. And it looks like it's a second time for him as well. And Focus, Black Hold up, but he has his Strength Morph going up, and now they will instantly rotate onto this, and they will find themselves Dream. Once again, Blizzy in the middle, has nothing to give, and he will fall. Skylark finds GPK, but he's also disengaging from this. 3 heroes gone from Gambit. On the lucky side, Blizzy got a kill on the Razors, so that's not completely lost, this scenario. Skylark trying to make his way out, he jumps backwards, but it's not enough. It's a good attempt as a juke, but it's not going to be there. Keep giving the well-played sign as well.
That is 2 cores and 2 streaks down, though.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Only a small dent in the net worth graph, though. And GPK, Cube, solo kill, lead, Starstorm, right clicks. Whoa, you need like 2 more, but Dream and Yol are there, so you wouldn't have gotten in time. Now he's gonna have to try and dodge out. The Crab Orchestra will connect, so no vision, no stuns. Exus Vampire won't get there in time to cast the casks, and he is out.
I think if GPK dies there, they just call it. I don't see how you come back from that.
I agree. The highest net worth hero for Gambit, and Enigma's second highest with the Necro book, has been able to farm up. Blink Dagger 700 gold away. There are some cancels though for that black hole until he has a BKB, but like we saw there, he managed to catch the Morphling. Morphling didn't die to it, so Spartan... I think you should not be that cocky, or is it a bait all along? The Reap will actually tank out the arrow. Witch Doctor clears out the illusions with his ultimate, so that's support kill. Skylark hunting. EPK is nearby, and Morphling with a shotgun almost blows up Yol, but it's not enough. Arrow. Get approaching, won't connect. And they almost have that Desolator up in GPK. I would agree that if they have these... The Maelstrom is a bit too far away for the Weaver. But that Desolator on GPK... You think that's enough for their team fight to win? And if they do, I think Gambit's still in the game after that. And might even actually get it with this kill here. Just finished his Deso there. It's coming on the Courier. So Spartan being chased up by GPK. Needs to sacrifice some moves here for this kill. But he jumps out. Doesn't stay in. Which is a smart move by him. GPK still keeping... He didn't even actually get the kill. It was given to the Witch Doctor. Out of all heroes. There's still 0 kills on the Ember Spirit. But he was part of it.
Like, I think they can win the next fight. But it would have to feature Team Family messing it up, and as we've seen with the previous fight, as well as with these couple of support losses, they are feeling a little bit overconfident right now.
Yep, they are.
They're playing on the edge. I don't disagree with it. They're keeping up their vision. They're keeping this aggressive positioning going, but they're paying a bit too high of a price for it.
I think they're starting to underestimate their opponent, which is the worst thing that you can do at this point. But they are keeping up the pressure. At least focus is on the Morphling. Very good farm. 11,000 net worth 20 minutes in. Usually tells that if you can hit the 10k in 20 minutes, tells that you are very well farmed. You're in a very good scenario. And building up into the Scotty. So that will make things a lot easier. Give some extra stats. Won't be as much of a glass cannon anymore once you finish that. And they will go straight to the Roach Pit, which is a smart choice here because they know that Gambit cannot challenge it. They instead will take a bottom tower for themselves. They have the pushing power. They get a bit of gold for themselves, but this is the most classic trade, isn't it, Kips?
Mm-hmm. Tier 2 for Roach.
They are moving towards the area, though, but do they want to take this fight?
You can't contest this.
I mean, there's a ward here, there's a ward here. They have so much vision, and they see the smoke coming up as well. And Taki will take the front line. Sees Yol, won't connect with the plasma field, but there's a searing chains onto Razor. He lost a few hundred HP there. Focus. Holding the Aegis.
Still lurking.
This vampire is smoking all the way to the bottom lane. Now it's 5 minutes of dodging.
Yep, 5 minutes of dodging, and I don't think they're going to let you dodge. You see, there's this thing called your base, and if they go take it,
On the positive side, Gambit hasn't given up hope. They are... I think what they really needed there was like most games where you have a timeout. This was just basically just don't feed for 3 minutes and get your head straight.
They did that remarkably well, and Yol gets to run away here on the mid lane as well.
Yeah, I have
Pretty
to agree.
Fortunate for him.
Because people forget that, like, this game should have already been technically over. Like, Gambit should have called GG. A lot of people would totally agree on that. Mid lane, however, there's a fight breaking loose. Void Spirit might be losing his life. A bubble coming in. Alive for just a bit longer. Jumping out with his ultimate. Now on the chase. Blizzy reveals his Blink Dagger as well in the Enigma. Here comes the Marana ulti. Nice jump coming in from the Ember Spirit. The damage will be there. Skylark will fall. Says Spartan also in a bit of trouble here, but he's able to walk out. Focus on the high ground. Looking for the shotgun. It's Yol. And Yol is gone. So that's 1 for 1, but they only find a support kill. So I think Family Team need to find a bit more. Maybe even the objective in mid. But this is the Aegis. You have to keep that in mind. Arrow. 3. He's playing with his life there.
Ember spent 2 remnants as well. That's basically all he's going to give. He's not safe anymore now. So you're just going to shove out this bottom wave and disappear at any sign of trouble.
He does have Deso and an Imp Claw, so his first hit will do a lot of damage. Mules. Arrow. Well, there was a little ogre in between. The Ogre Bruiser. Basically the bouncer of the bar standing in the way, so you won't throw your arrow. Most bars are still closed, though, with the current situation, but there's a cast to keep the creep wave away, and Yol will survive the shotgun this time, but Focus is able to take the tower. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Lizzie, Skylark, hunting this Enigma, just relentlessly going on him. Silenced up. What can you do but just stand there? Skylark actually walks out there. Not enough firepower to fight against this Weaver, who now has a Maelstrom. Oh, so close to catching the cancel of the teleport there by Skylark. But this gold lead hasn't really moved anywhere for the last 6 minutes even. It's been at 10k for a very stable time. This is a good sign for Gambit to slowly get back into this game. But it's all you need, Kips, is just one mistake. That's all you need. Oh, they are trying to find some Gambit heroes in the bot lane, and Tucky will be there. The cast will bounce, but the BKB will be popped. Blizzy pops his black hole. Cube with the arrow will cancel the Enigma from getting anywhere there, so he will be holding his ground for now. And Tucky throwing the right clicks. The Exis Vampire Witch Doctor should fall by now. Yol still holding them busy, and he will look for the Marana. Will take down 1, so that's 1 for 2. And now the Ember Spirit blown up in the river by Focus, and a Gambit cannot survive this team fight. They will lose a 4th member of their team. That's the Abaddon. 4 gone, and Dream, the lone survivor with a Weaver, wasn't actually even there. Focus. Getting the chance to push this mid lane. Now Spartan and Skylark are here. Do they have any chance of fighting against this, Kips?
With
No
that
ulties?
lost fight right there, I am very, very dubious. I'd say you let this one go. You focus on that Ember Spirit Aghanim's. Yeah, you can try and buy some time by throwing the supports at this, but honestly, all you're going to do is lose Yol if he comes forward right here.
Yep.
Oh, he went for the high 5? No. Yes, he did.
He did. Goodbye, y'all.
Well, he knew what he was buying right there, and he bought it.
If I right now had the sad violin music queued up, I would play it for this Abaddon. 0 and 10 now. 2 assists. Witch Doctor ulti on the Morphling. There's a Maledict up on him, but he's not really taking any damage. That's the
No, especially not with
yeah.
an Essence Ring.
And that's the thing, like, you're playing Morphling against Witch Doctor. If you get Maleficed, you get hit by the spell, the more you do Strength Morph, the less damage Maledict is actually gonna do, because it doesn't take into account how much damage you're taking. It's like... You know what I'm talking about. It's pretty hard to explain in English because I'm a Finnish person, so I don't know how it actually works, but the equation doesn't kind of like fit in. So if you get Maledicted and you Strength Heal after taking damage, it says that you basically haven't taken any damage. And an arrow perfectly onto the Abaddon. Silenced up and everything. The ulti will pop, but Dream in trouble! And there we go. Dream is down. GPK has to try and get out of there as well. But that's 2 heroes gone on a second lane of Rax in trouble. So Gambit, I think their time is slowly coming up to a close. They've fought. They've given in an attempt. Dream, or actually Blizzy actually pushing this lane this time, as Dream actually went down in that team fight. So the Enigma is still pushing in, and the top lane will be found by Cube. Yule's arrow, but cannot block that. Starstorm to clear out the Eidolons. There's the Razor as well. Enigma down, and no black hole. Does actually have it in 5 seconds, so if he goes for a buyback, this could be a chance to fight. Focus, diving in deep, trying to find the Witch Doctor here. Pops his ultimate, turns into an Ember Spirit. Has to be careful here, Focus. Some strength gain should do it. Exis Vampire will fall. Yol, very low, will go down as well. And, you know, the inevitable end.
Is he waiting for them to dive the fountain? Is that what this is?
I guess. 1 TP out, Focus. Still Maledicted. Gonna regenerate up a bit, and Taki. But Dream chasing Focus. Dream pops his ulti just in time. Exis Vampire now chased by Entaki. Pops his BKB. Will relentlessly chase down this Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor will survive, actually, but Yol is in the middle of all trouble. Death number 13 for Abaddon. GPK on the run. And Taki's still pushing, and
he wants to try. Blizzy wants to do it.
Link Black Hole, there's 2 good cores. There we go. He's got both of them. And cancelled by SA Spartan, just waiting for it to happen. And that's GG. That has to be it. There we go.
Yep, there we go.
GG is called. That means Family Team still have a chance going into the playoffs, requiring them to win their series tomorrow. But with this show, with this fight, I think Game 1 was a more exciting battle.